Certainly over the last decade, consumer behavior, the viewing in the streaming environment exploded. But I'll be honest, I think one of the major innovations in the space has actually happened in the advertising space. And that is that advertising is available within the streaming environment, because for many, many years it was a heavily viewed subscription on demand environment. But at this point, pretty much every major subscription platform offers an ad-supported tier. There has been a tremendous influx of free ad-supported television FAST channels. And you've got some providers, some platforms have actually made decisions where they have switched entire populations to ad-supported platforms. So the industry has got a lot of advertising availability, which is great. That's good for advertisers. That's good for the streamers as well. It has now begun to be transacted far more on an automated basis. A lot more of advertising is being transacted programmatically. And that's led to a lot of innovation in the business. And I would say that FreeWheel's been at the center of all of that. We are the primary and foundational ad serving, ad decisioning, and programmatic enablement partner for a very large cross-section of the premium publishing industry. And we have helped them build their businesses. We're helping them decision all those ads. We're helping them run them in their streaming environments. We have pioneered the insertion of advertising into live streaming events over the last couple of years. We are very, very good at this. It's not an easy thing to do. And we've begun to even make those live events programmatically available, which at the end of the day brings more advertisers to the space, more demand to our publishers, so it's more opportunity for those advertisers, and it's a great thing for the publishers too.
So we're coming up on the upfronts. Where will streaming and multi-screen advertising come into play?
Yeah, every conversation is multi-screen at this point. Streaming has become a huge part of any upfront or aggregated discussion with a publisher between a buyer and a seller. That means that you're talking about more things than just units and shows. You're talking about how much of my supply is going to be in linear versus streaming. You're talking about when I do access the streaming, how much am I going to book on a direct I/O basis versus programmatically? Is it going to be programmatic guaranteed? Is it going to be programmatic biddable? What are the signals that I can get from you, publisher? What are you going to enable for me to allow me to do curation, to allow me to put different packages of publishers and programs together into, that's kind of the definition of it, is you should be able as a buyer to be able to make a deal with 5 or 6 or 10 or 20 different publishers, bring that inventory into a curation platform, aggregate it on a custom basis based on the needs of your specific advertiser, so it's all content that the advertiser would be comfortable with. And then there's the ability to push an audience, a very specific data-defined audience, to package with that inventory. They call that pre-filtering. And you can take that pre-filtered package of great content, great ads, and great audience, and you send that to a demand-side platform to be bid upon. So the advertiser is basically bidding inside of its own custom universe of programming and at the audience that they need.
Do you foresee curation playing a bigger role in this upfront?
Yeah, I think because agencies are all realizing that it makes less sense to transact programmatically with each individual publisher. When you do that, you are transacting in 5, 6, 7, 8, 20 different environments, and you don't have a view holistically of your audience that's being reached in all those environments. So curation allows you to pull all of that inventory into one place, put it together, and then you get to see your one single audience across all of those things. So that's what creates the benefit for the advertiser, because ultimately they get the opportunity to have a scaled inventory set in content that makes the most sense for the brand, and they can manage their audience reach holistically across all of these different publishers, and that's a significant campaign up level. That's some of the stuff that FreeWheel is helping to offer to agencies as well.
So FreeWheel's served the publisher side of the business for a very long time. How is that going to evolve now on the agency side?
It already has evolved. So yes, FreeWheel has been a publisher side advertising technology provider for a decade. We have always had that sell side position, and what we've done is we've enabled those publishers to place their advertising avails on the programmatic marketplace. So we enable them to make their inventory available to the trade desk and to DV360 and to our own beeswax platform. And that allows agencies and lots of other advertisers to access that inventory. What we've realized is they're also, the programmatic ecosystem has kind of grown up. It's grown up, but it's not grown up all the way. So now you have agencies over here who are looking to deploy their campaigns for clients, and you have publishers over here who are executing those campaigns. But in the middle, you have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 different steps or partners or techs, platforms involved. And what we've realized is as the company that sits with the publisher and is literally serving the ad, we are the last mile. And so if you're the last mile, why not develop the same best-in-class technology that's servicing these publishers to enable the agencies to connect right into it so that they can have a direct connection with the publisher and they don't have to depend on a third party to go buy the inventory, package it up, and resell it to them. Now you have the drivers of the marketplace, the agencies and the advertisers, once again dealing directly with the publishers. And what FreeWheel is offering to agencies is a tech platform to enable that very direct connection. And the last thing I'll say on it is that direct connection is for inventory access, advertising access, so no tech hops, more working media for clients, but it is also taking the very sophisticated data-driven audiences that those agencies deploy for their clients, and we're helping them connect those audiences also directly to the publishers, so there aren't multiple hops in the middle of that lose effectiveness, that lose fidelity of those audiences. It's very direct, far more addressable, more accurate, and that also allows the campaigns to perform better. So it's better for clients in just about every way.